Hello, everyone, and welcome to It Gets Better, a digital pride experience. The It Gets Better project uplifts, empowers, and connects LGBTQI plus youth around the globe through strategic storytelling and community building. The It Gets Better project envisions a world where all LGBTQI plus youth are free to live equally and know their worthiness and power as individuals. I am so excited to be here today because I get to talk to Critics' Choice nominated actress and my dear sweet baby sis, MJ Rodriguez, Micaela J. Girl, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, Laverne. I'm feeling happy, excited. I'm feeling seen. I'm
Mm.
feeling like life is looking up, and I'm feeling liberated more than anything.
You said you feel seen. Have you not always felt seen?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel like I've always been seen, or I haven't felt seen. The only people I feel like I've only felt seen by is obviously you and our sisters, and our sisterhood. But outside of that, I just felt like you know before all of the amazing things that have been happening and that have been taking place collectively, the movement, it just was not happening, shoot, even 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So but I'm glad I am now, and I can't complain, I'll tell you that much.
It's beautiful. I have to tell you, it's so beautiful for me to see you shining and thriving in a way that I feel like something has shifted. I'm manifesting, I'm putting out in the universe that this year you will get an Emmy nomination for your incredible work on Pose. But there's something, and Pose just ended, and we're going to talk about that. But I feel like something has shifted in you. Like you're more visible than you've been. You've just released music. You just seem free and empowered in a way that I haven't seen, and it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. What has something shifted? What's I know something's different. What has shifted for you in the past year, the past 6 months?
Well, I feel like well, one, I'll say for the first all the way through third season of Pose, I've learned a lot, and I feel like Pose has taught me so much. It was literally a beautiful crash course into the industry as a whole, and it was the best crash course I could have ever had. And at the end of third season, I felt like I had grown into a full-fledged woman. I was a young girl when I started in Pose, and now I am a whole woman, and it feels good. I walked into a different chapter in my life, and I just found out that the confidence that I had before, I didn't need to shun away from it. I just need to keep on, and a
Yeah.
lot of encouragement has come my way, and also just a lot of movements that we've been making collectively as the LGBTQAI community. It just gave me even more hope. It gave me even more angst to be me and live out loud. And my living out loud may be different. She's a
Mhm.
very kind of like chill live out loud girl, if that makes sense, because I don't know if that makes sense.
No, what I feel is the joy. I mean, you are very chill, but I just feel your joy now, and
Yeah.
I've always seen your light. I think the world has seen your light from the first season of Pose. It was just clear that you are an incredible talent. But the first time I saw you act was, and I actually still have you saved in my phone. It's MJ Nurse Jackie.
What
which
did
I
he
need to
have
change.
up?
Which I need to change. So, but no, I saw you on Nurse Jackie, and my understanding is that you had been doing Rent, and the writer producer of Nurse Jackie saw you and wrote a part for you. And I was so jealous. Can I tell you how jealous I was? Because I love Nurse Jackie, and I wanted to be on Nurse Jackie. And then I tuned in, and I was like, oh, this is what we're doing. Oh, this girl is the real deal. She can really act. That if people go back and watch your episode on Nurse Jack, you were so good. You were so amazing. I was just like, oh, we got to step it up. Oh, the girls are bringing it like this. Okay, okay. The girls are acting now. The girls are
The
really
girls are coming
bringing
in. They're
it.
starting.
It's just such a beautiful thing. And so and for those, I mean, people know that you sing, and people know that you've done Rent, and you've just released. Is this your first song, Something to Say? I know you've been featured in other people's songs before. Is this your first official solo single?
Yeah, this is my first official single, and it's going to be following up with an EP. But this is the first time I finally feel like I get to really express my artistry as a musician, and
Mhm.
finally get to have something to say through my artistry. And what a way to do it with pride. What a way to shed the love in this time where we're uplifting the community. I just feel like you spoke about joy, and Laverne, I can't tell you, girl, how happy I am that I get to live
Mm,
my dream, and
mm,
that now I feel there's not as many restraints on us as trans women. I mean, we got a lot of work to do. There's a lot more work to
yes.
do when it
Oh,
comes
yes.
to us and the collective of the LGBTQAI community, but it's been so it's just been so liberating to see the work that we are being allotted and that is given to us. And I just get to do that through my music. And it's kind of surreal, girl. It's kind of surreal. I never thought that I would be getting to live my dream as a music artist. And it's happening.
So, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. I'm like, the song is in my head, girl. And it's very, I listened to it I've listened to it like 3 or 4 times today, and it feels like there's an 80s R&B, there's a little 70s funk, but it feels really modern, and it's really upbeat and uplifting. It makes you want to dance. It just makes me want to smile. I saw clips of the performance that you did of the song. I guess it was at the Pose sort of finale party. You performed the song. What was that process like, working with dancers and just getting your full like Beyonce in concert moment?
So you don't understand. I mean, it was one, I got to work with Verdine White, who is a legendary bass player of Earth, Wind, and Fire. His brother was Maurice White, who's
Okay.
a singer.
I literally was like, this feels like Earth, Wind, and Fire. I didn't know that.
Yep.
This is a little Earth, Wind, and Fire. It feels like this 70s funk kind of
They
thing.
all up in there, girl. They all up in that thing. Just
Oh.
and Neil Poe, he's a Grammy winner too, and this guy who is also amazing. He's also a producer as well. His name is John Parison. I just the whole experience, just getting to work in the music industry like how I had always been wanting to. I had gone to school for it. I went to Berklee College of Music. You know, I was a songwriter at Berklee College of Music. Acting came out of nowhere, and I was happy because I was trained in acting too when I was younger. So I was like, okay, well, we can do this, you know. But like music, I knew it was the most important thing to me, and I knew that it was one of those most fundamental and powerful tools as far as uplifting people and getting them to move and getting them to feel and getting them to just live. And the words of this song, I mean, it's black and brown and yellow and violets. Like, let's stand for something. Like, all of us can come together and we can really change this around. And when I heard that and when I saw that, when we collectively came together in writing it, it just, it felt like something that was supposed to happen. It felt like it needed to happen in that time. And the main purpose of the song was to not only let people understand that we can speak out for ourselves collectively, but we have more in common than we actually do truly realize. And yeah, that whole experience, everything coming together with that and working with these legendary, iconic people, and mind you, having my own insecurities about me being a trans woman in that space and how I was going to be received, and those walls being broken down, me feeling so safe with them, me feeling so comfortable, and it's just so much change, and it feels good. And girl, I can't wait until I do a bit more, because a girl is working. She's making it happen.
I know you are. I would love to just talk a little bit more about that insecurity. I think there are a lot of people out there watching who are trans or they're LGBTQIA plus. They're on a spectrum in some way, and they have dreams like you and me, and they might be afraid or intimidated. Like, when you were scared as a trans woman to go into this new space of music, or you've gone into a lot of spaces that we've not gone into before, and with that fear, how do you overcome the fear? Do you just feel it and do it anyway? What happens for you in the moment when you're like, oh my God, are they even going to see all this? Because all the beauty of this transness, or are they going to have a problem? How do you overcome that? What's your process? People would love to know, I think.
You know, I feel like my process when it comes to my insecurities is I face them head on. Like, for me, you said something very important. I feel it, but I still do it anyway. And I know that can sound a bit unsafe, but for the most part, for me and the decisions that I make for myself, I know they're going to benefit me, and I possibly may not have to deal with a lot of stress or anything that pertains to derogatory like I feel it. I feel that it's a safe space to be around. So when I'm feeling those insecurities, I go in full head on, and whatever's met with me, I deal with it. And for the most part, thank God, nothing has happened. And I think also it's because I love being open, and I love letting people see the love that I have. And I'm not afraid to be myself, be comfortable in that space, take up space and sit in it and just be like, well, I'm here. I'm here, and I don't think I'm going to be going anywhere. Are you okay with that? All right, well, cool. Let's make some shit happen. Excuse my language, but like,
No.
That's how I've been feeling. And the more I grow, the more I move into this beautiful industry that I'm a part of, the more I gain the confidence to just know self, know me, be comfortable with me, and just pump, girl, just pump. And you taught me that, honey.
Just pump. I have so many things I want to talk to you about, but I think a lot of kids out there want to do what you're doing, want to do what I'm doing. They want to work in the business. And you've been doing this since you were like, 10, 11 years old when you started performing. So I would love for people to understand, like, you are very young and a lot has happened for you at relatively a young age. It took me longer,
But you stormed.
She was ready to storm at 40 plus. But can you just talk a little bit about that training and about that? I've seen you in I've gotten to see you in plays over the years. I know you've done short films, the Nurse Jackie thing we mentioned, we know you did Rent. So there's just there's so much experience. We talk about 10,000 hours, right? How do you get to Carnegie Hall? The 10,000 hours of like working on your craft and really knowing what you're doing. And what I'm also really proud of you is that you show up professionally. I hear things and the girls are talking, and I just love hearing. It makes me so happy to hear that you show up at work prepared and you show up professional and you know how to do that. And I think that's part of doing theater. And can you talk a little bit about that history of training, of doing shows since you were a kid, and like how that prepared you and how important it is to have that preparation? Kids want to be stars right away, but you don't show up and lead a show as incredibly as you led that show without some preparation. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So I would just say it started at a very young age. My mom saw something in me and she started putting me in schools. And, at 7 years old, she saw at this recital that I had done that Michaela was ready. She was ready to jump into what she loved to do. So when 10 and 11 happened and I had moved back to Newark, New Jersey, there was a place called New Jersey Performing Arts Center. And my mother wanted me to have a space where I could put all of that energy into. And what a way to do it, by going to an arts educational school that, trains you in everything to keep you well-rounded. And my mom, she had known I had all of those things, but me, I didn't have I wasn't centered. I was a child. I was all over the place. My energy was over here and then over there. When I went to that school, they really made sure that I was diligent in my craft and that I was that the purpose that I wanted or that I hadn't even seen yet, that there was something behind it so that there could be a driving force for me to ever feel like I had to reach it, if that makes sense. And my teachers, they were the old school teachers. Girl, warm up every single day. Make sure you go over your lines. Preparation is key. And all of that stuff just stuck with me. And then I started moving at the age of 11. I did my first actual appearance on a news channel at a float in New York City. It was the Thanksgiving Day Parade. That was my first big professional gig. And as an 11-year-old child, I was like, oh my God, this is dope. And all I got to do is just take some notes and make sure I land the note right and just make sure, I do a turn or, it felt good to me. I loved that kind of discipline, and I pride myself on being disciplined. I love working. I love making sure I am on point. I'm a Capricorn. We're logical, and we are workaholics and perfectionists. So yes, that's a knack of mine, and also probably a horrible thing because I work too much. But from that point on, everything just came into place, and it just stuck with me. It was like muscle memory. So anything else I went into, I had that training behind me. My godfather, his name is Terrence L. Kennedy. He was my vocal teacher for 11 years. And,
Wow.
and he still teaches me to this day when he's coming over, your diaphragm, girl. I saw you singing on that. Your diaphragm. You're right. You're right, Terrence. I'm going to do it. G-Pops. It's like those things. And they don't hurt me. They help me grow. It's nothing to take offense to. It's just what it is. If you want to do something and you want to strive and be the best that you can be at it, you have to work at it. You just have to, even with the no's. I got so many no's. So, Laverne, girl.
I know.
I got so many no's. I wasn't working for 4 years. And as a young person who had just started out, 19 years old doing rent and then not having a job for 4 years, just coming out of college, that's a lot of it was a lot of stress for me because I was like, I thought I was doing it all right. But it just is what it is. That's what the business is. And you have to be able to know yourself, know your worth, and also know what comes with it. There's specifics to it, and you just have to keep at it. And that's what I was doing. I kept at it until something broke.
Yeah. Oh, it broke. And I think God's time, not my time. I really, and because I think that all those years that you weren't working, you were still working. You were working on your craft. I know you were going to auditions. I know that you were doing your thing. And so that even when we're not working, for those people who think they want to be actors, even when you're not working, that is a chance to get into an acting class. That is a chance to get into voice classes. I couldn't afford acting classes. I cleaned toilets and mop floors so I can get a scholarship, so I could get an acting class. So that preparation will serve you. And I think too, what I will say about any parents out there who might be watching, that arts, the reason I'm here is I had arts education as a kid too. I started dance classes when I was in 3rd grade. My mother found a program called Culture in Black and White. I begged her to let me do that. I went to an Alabama School of Fine Arts for high school. And that early training, even though I didn't have my big break till I was 40, all of that was ingrained in me, all of that training and discipline. And even if let your kids do the artistic thing. We have a mutual girlfriend who wanted to take ballet when she was a kid, and her parents didn't let her do it. And it's a different kind of preparation. I don't think it's ever too late. I think if you're in your 20s and you didn't have that, you can start, but you have to start the work. You have to start with the work. Okay. A few fun things, because we have to wrap up soon. Who are your, for the EP, right? Who are your big influences as a kid? What can we expect from the EP and the Michaela J sound?
So I feel like the sound that I'm trying to create. So first and foremost, I wanted people to see the person. I've been saying outside, but I've really meant inside. I wanted to see people to see the person who's inside of MJ, which is Michaela J, and this girl who is not like Blanca, and who has a lot of similarities, but who is personable and who is different, and you get to see somewhat, or not all, but most of the facets of me. So I feel like it's R&B, it's pop, it's funk, and it's disco. It's all of those things wrapped up in one. And it's like Shaka Khan inspired, but still has the Dua Lipa kind of vibe to it. It's very, very modern, but like you said, still giving a hint and an ode to the music that was happening back in the day. And I just hope people live for it. I hope people understand how I convey and how I express my love for music through my lyrics and through the musicality of this EP. So I hope they enjoy it. I got some great people that I'm working with, and it's a joy. It's I can't wait for people to just get a taste of it and get a taste of me personally. They get to see who Michaela J is. They don't get to see who MJ the actress is. They get to see Michaela,
Amazing. For the harmonies, I just have to say, because I feel like we don't hear those kinds of harmonies, all those backgrounds that you have in the song. It's like, it's so dope and it's so cool and it's great. So I hope there's more of that, because I love like all that beautiful harmony that you have in the
I'm
song.
glad you said that, Laverne. Girl, when we were in the studio, that was the main thing for me. I was like, can we put a little harmony on top of here? Can we put a lower stack on it? Because I'm a harmony girl down. Like when I was writing my music in my room upstairs in my little dungeon, 3 o'clock to 3 a.m. in the morning, I was just stacking harmonies on top of each other because they're beautiful, like collectively. Anyways, I'm sorry, girl.
No, it just makes you feel so good. So Pose is obviously the show that has brought you to the attention of the world, and you were just incredible. Congratulations on a finale that was deeply moving and inspiring. And I love seeing the girls winning. Like Electra is a rich woman. It's just everything. Who's like giving all the girls all their things. It was beautiful. Blanca found love with this hot dude. It was a really beautiful way to end the show. What do you think about the legacy of Pose? I am my spirit again. I want you need an Emmy nomination. A lot of the girls on the show need an Emmy nomination this year. Let's just continue to put that out in the universe. But as the show ends, and it's been so impactful for me and for people all over the world, this has really given space and story that's just never existed before, something like this. How do you feel as it's over, the legacy of it? What are your just thoughts about Pose right now and all the history of it all?
I mean, the history, girl, that's the thing. We made history. I had a moment of breaking down in my bathroom. The third season really hit me. I saw Blanca. Second season, I didn't get to see her because I was just picking myself apart. But for the third season, I saw Blanca. I had seen all the girls, but I think with me being so insecure, I think I didn't get a chance to see how hard this woman worked. The writing on the pages, they came to complete. I apologize, but they came to life and it impacted me in such a way that I had never been impacted before. The fact that, and I'm going to get into the legacy of it all, but watching Blanca and seeing her flourish and seeing her receive the fruits of her labor, that's my term I've been using because she worked hard. And the fruits were not only her work, right, and her as the fruit, but the fruits were her children. Yes. They lived. And also she lived. And I think that's the legacy. I think the legacy is that trans women not only can live and have a future, and now there's a future for a lot of us, an ongoing future, but also that we get to live resilient lives. We can be mothers. We can have children and raise them with resilience. That's the legacy. And also we can receive the fruits of our labor when we put into the work, not only just our children's, but us as the fruit. That's the legacy of the show. And it's long lasting. And I just hope every single trans person, young or mature, sees that now we have an opportunity to just be. Yeah. We still have work to do. There's too many deaths still happening. There's legislations that are being passed. But the reason why these things are happening is because we're being us and we don't care. We're going to still do it and we still choose to. And it's individuals like you, Laverne, individuals like myself, and the many other trans women who are a part of this platform who are showing them that we can do it. So I think that's the legacy of Pose, our existence.
That's so beautiful. I am watching and just thinking about Blanca as a mother and how she mothered. I can't help but think about all of the trans mothers, right, that we've had over the years, some of whom have left the earth, some who are still here, who have guided us, who've guided so many of us, and without recognition, without awards, without, like, I'm talking real life people.
Right.
And I hope everyone out there can, whoever their, trans mother is, drag mother, gay mother, whatever, can just give them their flowers now, even if they don't get to be on a TV show or live the beautiful lives that we're living. I hope we can do that for everybody now while they're still here, because it's so very important. We want to end with a rapid fire, MJ.
Ooh, yes, I love a good little rapid fire.
I know you love a little rapid fire. So,
okay,
Favorite song?
Say So. Didn't even notice.
Oh, yes, Doja. Favorite
Yep.
movie?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Person you most look up to?
She's kind of sitting right in front of me. You know, her name is Laverne Cox. Have you heard of her? Well, girl, yeah, she's everything. Yep. Laverne Cox. All day.
Thank you, girl. I
You're
appreciate
very
that.
welcome.
Thank you. You're slowing down my rapid fire.
Sorry. I just didn't know. Sorry.
It's okay. What do you do to cheer yourself up?
Oh, honey, I dance. I
Yes,
dance
yes.
after I meditate.
Meditate and dance. Me too, girl. Me too.
Mm-hmm.
One thing you never leave home without.
Some deodorant, child, because I get a little perspired.
Yes. Favorite place to travel?
Oh, LA mountains, like LA hikes. Like I love the mountains of LA. So
Oh,
if
no.
I'm by the Hollywood sign, honey, if I'm by a mountain, best places to just like travel or be.
I love it. Laverne doesn't hike, but I love that. One thing you will 100% do in 2021.
Live. I'm going to live, honey.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
going to live. But I'm saying it and I'm like feeling it and I'm trying not to cry because it's time. So I'm going to live.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Favorite word?
Work.
Ow.
Or bitch.
Bitch. She's gonna live. She's gonna work. She's gonna pose, bitch. For all the kids, let's wrap up this way. All the kids, it gets better. It's been really about. It's been. I mean, I think it's been like 11 years, I think, or so. That It Gets Better has been around, and it's really about giving the young people in our community hope that it can get better. That despite what you're going through now, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I think we're both a testament to that. What any final words for the kids about it getting better?
I will say this. There may be trying times, but you are capable of triumph. You are capable of perseverance. And trust and believe there's always someone that's going to be there in your corner, whether they're there physically or whether they're there spiritually. You're going to see someone and they're going to help you out of it. It's going to get better. And if you ever need any kind of assistance to that, there's a website for It Gets Better itself. You go to the website, you look up and see the beautiful growth of the people out there who felt like they didn't have a way or felt like they were just at ends. They were meeting their ends. There's someone out there to love on you, and I'm here too. So if ever you feel, and Laverne's here too. Don't excuse me for putting you there, but she's here, and she's literally here. And if you ever feel that way, just know that we're here, and you can look to us.
Amen. Amen. I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Your talent is overflowing. And I know, and the world has only seen this much of it. And it seems like it's huge, and it is huge, but the world has only seen this much. And I can't wait for them to see everything else you got inside of you. My baby sis, I love you so much. Keep the light shining. Stay you. Stay you, girl. Stay you. All right. Okay.